I've known Senator Brian Benjamin for a long time. He's a real Harlemite, born in Harlem Hospital.
State Senator Brian Benjamin is a real jewel in our community, one that came up from us, with us, and for us. I've known him since he was a young man. We've done everything from buyback gun programs to a march against racial violence and even for police reform. And he's been one that has got in the trenches. God only knows his future.
Back in 2007, Brian Benjamin and a band of Harlemites started a group called Harlem for Obama. It was a dynamic group, and Brian was spectacular in his role in being part of the leadership of Harlem. With the collection of folks that it became a historic sort of milestone for politics in Harlem. We registered 3,000 people in 60 days. We had a volunteer effort of 2,700 people. And his work on the community board it speaks for itself.
So back in 2015, I think it was, I went to him on behalf of the Lennox Terrace Association of Concerned Tenants, where I was and still am the president. So we put together a letter to Community Board 10's Land Use Committee. Brian was the chair at the time. He called a hearing on the letter. They invited the landlord, they did their presentation, and the community board voted in support of our letter and against the landlord's proposition to rezone the property.
I met Brian about 6 or 7 years ago. We were both members of Community Board 10. He was elected chair of Community Board 10. We started a senior task force, and that was very important for them to know that they had a voice.
A couple years ago, I noticed that realtors were describing Central Harlem as Soho. Brian had a press conference at the location near Soho Realty. The press conference was not the end all for Brian. Brian introduced the Neighborhood Integrity Act, which will preserve communities and protect the name of communities, not just in Harlem, but all over our city.
When I think about great things and street corner resources, Brian Benjamin awarded a grant to our organization, and that will help bring the technology and some of the other things to the unit that we need so that we can service the community.
I don't recall exactly how our relationship, or should I say, the relationship with Wadley began. Last year, when Wadley was under threat of closure, as the community undoubtedly knows, Senator Benjamin's voice was the foundation upon which we were able to get the Department of Education to pull Wadley from truncation.
And there's a really, really bright future ahead for Brian. What he did to protect Wadley, to make sure that a school community got heard, it was because of Senator Benjamin and a lot of great parent voices. We came up with a better outcome for Wadley because he was there.
You know, let me just say, I didn't have the privilege to serve in the legislature with Senator Benjamin. Talk about someone who has very quickly established a great reputation as a legislator here in Albany, someone who certainly is very visible and prominent in this district. Senator Benjamin has been an incredible advocate. I want you to know that he pressed me in a positive way to say, Tom, the pension fund has some money invested in private prisons, and that's not a good place to put money. But we still had a little bit left in some index funds. And I said, you know, Senator Benjamin is right. And Senator, I'm very proud to say, because of your prodding and your leadership, New York State was one of the first states to say no pension money, no public pension money in private prisons. So thank you, Senator, for making a difference and helping me be a better controller.
Hi! So sorry that Caroline and I can't be there to celebrate Brian's first inauguration with everyone. We were really excited, but Caroline doesn't have her shot, so we have to kind of be careful and stay in the house. But thank you for coming and supporting Brian. He works so hard, and he's an amazing father and husband. We feel so blessed to have him. And, you know, he really has been extremely supportive and helpful with Caroline. He's an amazing diaper changer, by the way. And he gets her every morning at 4 a.m. so I can sleep because I take the night shift. And he reads the clips, reads the news, reads memos, the legislation to make sure he's prepared and can actively and aggressively advocate for Harlem and the 30th Senatorial District. Brian has done a lot of work to make sure he's learned the issues of his constituents, understanding what's important to the people he represents, and he does take all of your thoughts, your concerns up to Albany when he's there to represent you. And he's thinking about his daughter too, because, you know, this is where we live, where we're going to raise our family, and it's important that all kids have a quality education, that we have affordable housing, and we have a clean, safe community to raise our families. And so I am proud of Brian, and I really just want to say congratulations. And Caroline and I love you. We're super excited, and we'll see you when you get home. Don't stay out too late because she needs a diaper change.
Look at you. Hello. Hello.